Hi co-leaders, welcome to your channel, and this is Thrive with Oluwatomisin. Hi co-thrivers, welcome to another episode of Thrive with Oluwatomisin. In this episode, I wanted us to discuss about 3 things I learned as a mother on my Thrive journey. So let's begin. So, what would be the first thing I learned on my Thrive journey? The first thing I learned was actually change as the only constant in. So, change is one of the major things that everyone goes through on the Thrive journey. In fact, change is the only constant thing in the world. We go through different kinds of changes in different measures in diversities of ways. So, in this episode, I wanted to explain to you how change occurred through me, through my me being changing from being a single to being a mother. And one of the things that happened to me was my whole schedule changed. So it was no longer about me, but also about somebody else. I had to care for someone else, and this is one of the things that we can actually translate, or we can actually transit to into our Thrive journey. In our Thrive journey, when we go through changes, it could be changes due to work, it could be changes even due to environment, or even the so-called chakra. It could be different kind of changes. So you could be facing different kind of changes in your Thrive journey. But one thing is constant is that how do I navigate this change journey? The first thing to do was I had to embrace it. I had to embrace this newness in schedule, this newness in not knowing when I'm supposed to do something, or something unexpected could come up in my schedule because of my child. And this is something you need to embrace as a person. So first of all, you need to know that you need to navigate this change, and then you need to, for you, in order to navigate this change, you have to embrace it as well. Okay. So the next thing in my Thrive journey that I learned through motherhood was that I had to be very intentional. And what do I mean by intentional? I meant intentional about everything. So when you have a child, you have to know what the child is going to eat, what the child is going to wear. You don't the child goes through different phases, and at these different phases, you just have to find out what exactly is meant for that phase. So you wouldn't see a 3-month-old child eating a swallow or a solid food. They have what they eat, so they are very intentional. The doctors have to check them. They have this specificity for every period in time, and that's what I mean by intentionality. So if you're not yet intentional about your journey, it's not too late to start. You have to start now. You have to be intentional. Growth is something that's intentional. If you're not intentional about growth and you just expect it to just grow like that, it won't grow. You have to give it the time, you have to give it the effort it requires. So that was one of the things I really learned from my motherhood journey that I translated to my Thrive journey. So what are you doing today with your intentionality? How are you intentional about your life? How are you intentional about your growth? Well, it's not too late to start. So what was the last thing I learned about not really the last, but the third thing I would want to chip in for today's episode about motherhood to Thrive journey is that life is about sacrifices. There's nothing you see here on earth that was not made by sacrifice. People sacrifice time, people sacrifice effort, and it's a lot of things. So you have to put in the effort, you have to put in the time. If you need something done, if you need to grow, you need to put in the time and you need to put in the effort. And somehow it made me very, very grateful for my parents. It made me very grateful for the community, because I'm sure you all know this saying that, it takes a village to build to raise a child. And then it made me realize how much more the community is very important, even as we grow as people, as we develop as leaders, as we develop as co-drivers. So the question is, what are those sacrifices you're making today? It could be depriving yourself of the fun time, or to in order to maybe go for that course, or in order to put in that extra skill, learning that extra skill. So it's about sacrifices. You make sacrifices. I remember those times especially in the early days, I had to wake up, stay up all late and night, and I had to take care of the child. And they don't know whether it's day or whether it's night. And then it was something that I really had to know that, okay, this is sacrifice. Nothing worth it is without sacrifice. So we need to put in that sacrifice into our Thrive journey. Deco drivers, it's very important that we have a change mindset with intentionality along the way, and also that we're ensuring that we are ready to give up things that may hinder us from reaching our greatest potential or even reaching our goals. I'd like to hear in the comment what you think and what you have experienced in your leadership journey, in your journey to becoming the best version of yourself. What are some lessons you've learned, and what are some lessons you've learned not just from your Thrive journey but even on your pathway to change? Till next time, keep watching. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe.